Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and this is 3T's Mobile Automotive Repair. Today, we have got another ride-along for you. It's not going to be an outrageous day. It's going to be a basic day. All right, y'all, first job of the day, this big Ford truck. It's just an oil change and an inspection. I've worked on this one quite a lot in the past. It's a rusty truck. So I don't do a lot when it comes to any of their like suspension work or anything like that because I'm not dealing with the rust. It's a gas motor, it's not a diesel, but it is a flatbed. She pulls a trailer and stuff like that. And she knows how I feel about that rust. I tell her because stuff in the driveway like this, sometimes you just can't do everything. Yeah, that's all I got. So I'm going to quickly get an oil change done and we're going to do an inspection on it. All right, we'll let that finish draining, and I'm going to start peeking my head around at some brakes and see what we got going on here. Front brakes are like brand new. The rear, they're about 40% left. Belt looks new. The tensioner's new because I replaced it recently. Air filter's pretty good. The rotors look good as well. Shocks, like I said, it's a rusty truck, but they're not leaking or anything like that. All in all, I don't see anything major on the truck. She usually gets with me when she has any problems, but you can see the rust on this thing. It's definitely seen better days. Come on, bro, get out. Nice and clean. So this customer chose to go with Mobile One, which is fine. Instead of just your basic synthetic oil, she likes to use this. So I'm fine with that. So typically I have bulk oil. I don't use these gallon jugs because you can get bulk oil for a better price. But this one is what it is. All right, 7 quarts is perfect. Puts it right in the middle of the hashtags. Hash marks, not hashtags. What am I, like a freaking teenager? Talking about hashtags, sounding like an idiot. Oh boy. Washer fluid. turn signal, headlight, headlight. We got fog, turn signal. And we got reverse lights. Okay, I'll have to check the footage to make sure those brake lights work, but one last quick check is our washers and wipers. Those are perfect wipers. We don't need to sell any wipers. All right, so we need to put an oil sticker in. Wow, this one's like disintegrating. That's fun. And I gotta check the footage to see if the brake lights work, because I didn't put anything in here. I was using the camera to check that. So let me do that real quick and I'll bring you back in a few. All right, we're on our second and third job of the day. This one, it's another oil change, but this one's an oil change because they've got check engine lights with timing codes and cam phaser codes and stuff. Oil change is extremely overdue, and it was very, very low on oil. So we told them before we're even going to go chasing those codes or do anything, we need to do an oil change. So we're going to get the oil change done, and then we're going to clear codes and note the codes, and then she's going to drive it for about a week or two and let us know if any of that comes back. So that way we're justified by actually diagnosing all that stuff. And then the second job is an F-150 up there that has 2 Misfire codes. So we'll deal with that afterwards, but real quick, we're going to just do a quick drain and fill, and that's it, and clear codes. So this thing was grossly overfilled, which is a little bit wild on how freaking much oil was in this thing. And to top that off, it's pretty sludgy, and it had some gray metallic tint to it. So I don't have high hopes for it in the long run. I think it'll be okay for now because it runs smooth, but I have a feeling that the damage has been done and that there's going to be no reversing it, and they might set these codes continuously. Hand cleaner rags, by far the best things out there. If you're looking for them, they're in my Amazon store down in the description below. Along with all the other tools that you see me use outside of like your typical Snap-on stuff, or maybe anything I get from Harbor Freight, but any of like the little scopes and the small scanners that I use, those are all linked in the description below in my Amazon store. So if you're interested in that stuff, go check it out. All right, well, I was definitely 100% correct on the sludge. Check this thing out. Which, I feel like I saw this before, but I don't remember. Anyway, here's the cap. It's horrible. Let's see if I can show you inside. Yeah, you can see that. That's horrible, y'all. So I'm pretty much, we're gonna finish the oil change. The car does drive, but I have zero hopes that it's not going to set the timing codes. It's gonna set them again because this engine is destroyed. They didn't maintain it and they screwed it up. So unfortunately, this is just the way it's going to have to be for their car. All right, this is where I'm at this moment on this truck. I'm gonna have to, I gotta talk to my customer. We're gonna probably need more time on this, but we have codes for, I lost my train of thought. I have codes for cylinders 3 and 4, but mode 6 does not have that. Mode 6 is telling me I have misfires on cylinders 7 and 8. And I got pretty good counters on that, but most of my counters on cylinder 7. So right here, mode 6, cylinder 7, 65,000 on the value, cylinder 8's only 5,000. I would suspect we're gonna chase cylinder 7. So I was already chasing cylinder 3 and 4 just to see, but looking at mode 6 now and seeing it, yeah, we're gonna change that a little bit here. So I have already used my coil on plug on cylinder 3 and 4, or 7 and 8, I mean. Actually, I did not get it on cylinder 8. I'm going to have to try to do that. But we're going to back pin into that injector, and we're going to scope that real quick and see if we can get some type of reading here. Okay, so after a lot of digging on this, because it's a pain in the ass to get down there, I'm going to show you on the scope. Nothing fancy. This is not definitive at all. It's just a direction and something you can see on the scope with one of these crappy little coil on plug testers. So let's look at the scope. I'll do cylinder 7 first and then cylinder 8. All right, there's cylinder 7. Let me get on cylinder 8. All right, here's cylinder 8. That's not doing much. Let me show you cylinder, what is this, 5? So it kind of matters where you're holding that coil on plug tester. So just so you know, like if you're using one, it's not a end all be all. It's just to help you, get a direction. Yep, I locked the keys in the car. All right, we're at our next one. We've got this Nissan over here that has a AC problem. She just mentioned to me that the issue is, she thinks it's intermittent, but it's her daughter's car, so she doesn't know 100%, but she says that when it happens, it only blows cold on one side of the vehicle, so we'll see. My hands are itching. So we'll go ahead and get this pulled up to the trailer and do our typical evaluation like we normally do. This has got like that crazy 3D camera thing going on here, like from up above. That's cool. Wonder how that works. More crap to break. Oh. All right, let's get this thing nosed up here. All right. Okay, that's definitely a noticeable difference. Oh, I gotta sneeze. This car has so much perfume in it. Oh. Oh, son of a motherless goat. Holy criminy crap. Okay. Temperature's the same on each side. It's definitely a noticeable difference. I'll have to get a temperature gauge on that to show it to you, but I'm not going to right now because I don't care. I want to hook up and see what we got. Make sure our where our pressures are at now, so we can do our typical evaluation like I showed you all on how to do that. Okay, so I apologize. I did a few things because my phone, I was on the phone. It rang like a million times, but we only took out 0.3. This thing holds 1.1, so it's got a leak. All right, we're filling her back up. I put a bunch of dye in it, 2 new valves, and we'll just top it back off 100% and confirm that the system works real well, because I didn't do that part yet. And that's it. Pressures look good. We're sitting at about 35 or so over 200. Both sides feel the same temperature now, which is pretty common when you're that low. Only half of the evaporator can get flooded, so you won't get a full cold on each side. And that usually happens only when you have dual zone, when you have left and right side, because you have a block off in there of half of the evaporator. So when the evaporator can't get fully flooded, depending on where the lines are, you'll get one side cooler than the other because the one side of the evaporator is doing its job and the other side is not. So we're done on this one. I do have one more, and it is the one with the programming of the PCM. But I'll forewarn you now, I don't know if I'm going to record that one. And I'm not sure if I'm going to tell you why or not, because I have my reasons for it. But I also don't know this person 100%. Like, I've never met him face to face, and we've never done any type of work together before, so we'll see how it goes. If it's going to be a good situation, I'll record. If it's not, I'm not going to record. So, and that'll be my last one of the day. So like I said, it was a real crap day. All right, y'all. I'm in the office. Got a bunch of work to do. I just want to give you a quick heads up on what the day was. I did end up doing the program for that other mobile mechanic. That's all said and done. Just an engine control module reprogram. I didn't film because it took me forever. The TechLine Connect, if y'all know, it can be extremely troublesome at times. And I don't know what the hell it was doing, but TechLine, I guess because I haven't used it in a long time, it does its typical update, but I had to uninstall everything, the TLC suite, all that stuff. And I got it reworking, but it took me like 35 minutes to re-download, uninstall, re-download, and get it back going just so I could go program the car. So program the ECM and then relearn the immobilizer for it in the body control module, and it's fine. Everything's running. I don't know why he put the module in. I didn't ask, or I asked, but I didn't really get much of an answer out of it. So he said there was a ton of rat damage and things like that. So I don't know, maybe urine or something. Not my problem. I take my money and run. So outside of that, we're done for the day. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not going to show you TechMetric every day because it's a lot of extra stuff. So I'm just going to let you know where we are. And at the end of the week, I'll show you TechMetric because it's just better. It's easier for me on this side. So today, our total sales, pretty low, only $633. But that's to be said, that's the way today was. It wasn't a very big day. We have a big estimate we sent out for the coils and the plugs on that Ford, and that's really about it. And then obviously the one AC job will end up coming back eventually, and we'll get something done on that as well. So with that being said, the rest of the week needs to pick it up a little bit to cover our shortcomings today, which is about half of that. We're going to need about another $600 on another day, which I believe tomorrow is already like that. So we should be right on track to keep everything the way we need to and continue to hit our goal for the week. So anyway, I don't really got much for you. That was my day. It was a really short day. So if you're not following me on my other channels, go do that. I'd appreciate it. There's a link down in the description. It'll take you over to Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. TikTok is where I am a lot more than I am on Instagram or anything else. So if you're interested in that content, go follow me there. But until then, I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.